Which Battlegrounds game is the best? A question that has been on everyone's minds ever since TSP started getting competitors. Today, we are going to answer that question with my own opinions on how good these games can be. If you look up Battlegrounds on Roblox, you will most likely find way too many ones that are half-assed and lacking a solid player base. So for that reason, we are only going to stick to the few popular ones that people actually play. I myself have actually played most, if not all of these ones we are going to cover, so I will have a solid opinion on all of these. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments or add some things I didn't cover in this video. Oh, while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe, you know. Anyways, on to the video. So, we're going to start off pretty simple with TSB, the so-called OG Battlegrounds game. I don't really play TSB anymore for a multitude of reasons. That we are going to cover now. So, if anyone has been keeping up to date with TSB, then I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the complete lack of updates. The last major one was in 11th of August this year, where they added the crab boss, multiple moves to Swiryu, and a few other things. The TSP fanbase has been awaiting an update for a long time, specifically KJ. The false promise of the release of KJ has made many fans upset, especially since Santino practically blackmailed everyone with KJ so he could win 2 awards. It's been months. Where is KJ? Now apparently the developers are going through some sort of legal issue and that's the reason why they cannot update. But how long has this been going on for? Because if it's just recently, why didn't they update before this issue? That's definitely one con for TSB and a reason why many stopped playing. TSB has been out for a long time, and since then most of the player base is completely familiar with all the characters. So obviously you would expect the majority of players to switch from casuals to tryhards. The problem is not the tryhards, but the overuse of so-called meta characters such as Garo, where you make one mistake and suddenly you are in an inescapable combo, which sometimes completely wipes out your health. TSB is no longer beginner friendly or a place where casuals can fight. I'm not even going to get started with Sonic users and some Tatsumaki users because they are a whole separate issue. In general, TSB for me and others that share my opinion is hard to play because you seemingly lose almost every fight to furries with 10k kills, which therefore makes the game annoying to play and not fun. If you're a sweat, that's totally fine. Enjoy the game because your skill level is enough to be able to deal with tryhards. But for all the casuals and beginners, I wouldn't recommend. What's worse than sweats? Toxic sweats. The ones that insult you because you just wanted to enjoy playing TSB and you actually take showers and go outside. It seems to me that every toxic sweat uses mostly Garo or even Tatsumaki. So if you come across players that dance on you and humiliate you for no apparent reason, peacefully leave the game. Oh, and trolls. We have those glitch Genos users and spam incinerate from across the map. Or those annoying Saitama ult users that bait death counter or spam table flip and serious punch. That really isn't annoying for me personally, but I know many people who despise trolls like those. I'm putting it under the good things for a reason. TSB has a lot of downsides, but in general it's a great game. There's a wide selection of 8 characters that anyone can play, excluding Gojo and KJ and the crab boss. They are all well made and fun to play, besides there's some obvious downsides. The combat system is great, dashes at the perfect speed and length, cooldowns are long enough, and it's definitely well optimized compared to other Battlegrounds games where you struggle to even join a game because it's that laggy. Conclusion. In general, TSB is a great game, it definitely lives up to its name. Sure, it isn't in a good position at the moment, but if Santino gets out of this legal issue and starts updating again, we might finally get what we want. I rate TSB 8.5 out of 10. Please don't kill me. Welcome viewers to Heroes Battlegrounds, by far one of my favourite Battlegrounds games, and here's why. Not only does Heroes Battlegrounds update very often, but they definitely do not disappoint with them either. Recently they just added 2 new ult moves to Shigaraki and they are great. Consistent updates keeps the player base happy and alive, and shows that you care about your game and you actually want to see it thrive. Heroes Battlegrounds has a very unique style to their moves. They are normally clean and satisfying, and have a few different variants. A great example is Todoroki with his first move, Sub-Zero, which has 4 variants, all used to create a wide variety of combos. Most characters have long range and short range moves. like Deku's Detroit Smash and his Delaware Smash. Obviously, we can't forget about the ults. They are by far some of the most appealing and genuinely cold as fuck cutscenes that you can never get over. A while ago, Heroes Battlegrounds completely revamped their combat system, making dashes much faster and longer range, adding a separate down slam and changing cooldowns and M1s. This has gone on to be a completely unique style of combat in Battlegrounds games. Many people hate the combat and find it very hard. Me, on the other hand, absolutely loves it. It's smooth and fast paced, and since the cooldowns are way shorter, it's much easier to punish people and keep things entertaining. Sometimes on bad days, me and people with bad internet will find it hard to even load into a Heroes Battlegrounds server because it takes forever to load, and I do tend to have a lot of end lag on blocking, dashing and input in general. This could just be my problem, but I also needed to find something bad about this game, literally. Conclusion: this game is absolutely amazing and will continue to be if they keep constantly updating and cooking with their characters. In terms of sweats, I personally have never had a problem, and there certainly isn't a big problem with trolls and toxic people. It's around the same amount as every other Battlegrounds game. I rate Heroes Battlegrounds 9 out of 10. Ultimate Battlegrounds was one of those games that was insanely hyped when it came out. It had the ability to use R15, which isn't present in other Battlegrounds games, and had unique characters with great movesets. Characters like Gon, Nanami and Mob all feature in this game and they are great. The movesets are clean and solid, combos were easy to pull off and there was potential for insane tech. The ultimates are also well rounded and epic, since all of them have at least one cutscene. The dashes and cooldowns are great. Knockback in this game is always the same no matter what, so combos are guaranteed. The amount of clean VFX this game has is undeniable. It generally looks amazing. Ultimate Battlegrounds was going strong with the release of Nanami, then suddenly the devs disappeared. Before they did though, they promised a summer full of updates, and guess what we got? Nothing at all. Unlike TSB, we didn't have a reason for this. Ultimate Battlegrounds players were left completely disappointed with no answers at all. Consequently, players eventually left the game and it slowly died. Until they randomly released Sukuna in October, even though they said they were working on Moomin Rider. What the fuck, Ultimate Battlegrounds devs? They decided to release Sukuna because they fully well knew that Moomin Rider, although unique, was not going to attract players to the dying game, because they didn't bother to update so the game became irrelevant. Not gonna lie though, they did cook with Sukuna. It's by far my favourite Sukuna on the platform, and they haven't even done it all yet, so good job I guess. Yes, the fact that there's a lot of combos and techs is great and all, but that only means that the game is going to become a sweat hotspot. And that's exactly what it is. Loads of sweats from TSB moved to Ultimate Battlegrounds just so they could try hard. I tried to play ranked, and I'm alright at the game, but I can barely get past silver. This might just be a me problem, but it might not be. Conclusion: this game is amazing, but the devs completely vanished to get the milk, and randomly pulled back up to the house and acted like people remembered they existed. If they actually finish Sukuna and start making more characters, and way more often, then my opinion will change. I rate it a 7 out of 10. Jujutsu Shenanigans, the pinnacle of an anti-sweat Battlegrounds game. This game forever changed the view on Battlegrounds games and opened up so many possibilities. Where do I start? It was first the destruction physics that caught everyone's eyes, but it's not only that. One of them is the R abilities, special abilities that aid in combat such as Gojo's teleport or Hikari's door counter. Every character has its own special R ability which adds to the combat. Not only mentioning they added minigames in the emotes, and even recently added the most entertaining game mode of all time, Roulette. Would definitely recommend. The characters all have different movesets catered to different playstyles. Yuji/Sukuna is designed for more competitive players. Gojo is an all-rounder featuring ranged and close attacks. Hikari is more defensive. Megami is JJS's version of Sonic, being solely a ranged attacker that spawns Pokemon out of the assist to fight. Mahito is also more of an all-rounder. Besides, the character's moves also have special Easter eggs, such as Gojo's 200% Hollow Purple, his Black Flash, Sukuna's World Slash, Yuji's repeated black flashes from behind, and so many more. This game does not disappoint. It's the perfect game to play with the homies and to play alone. There's always chaos going on, and the game has a sort of goofiness to it that lots of people enjoy, including myself. Me personally, I love JJS, but I find the style way too goofy and unrealistic. The visual effects are far from amazing like Ultimate Battlegrounds, and the fact that when you do certain things such as transform into Maharaga or use Sukuna's domain, it puts some kind of like strange face or weird goofy image on it that just kind of ruins cosplayers. But I fully understand that the game is designed to be that way, but that's just what I think. Conclusion: this game is hype and still will be hype. I totally recommend this to casual yet goofy players who just want to have fun and hate sweats. I rate it 9 out of 10. Legends Battlegrounds is a fairly new game and is going to be the last one I include. It's known for two amazing characters, Martial Legend and Jun, which are both extremely well made. Just like Ultimate Battlegrounds, Legends Battlegrounds also has insanely good visual effects that honestly makes the game like 10 times better. Jun and Martial Legend are amazingly well done characters. Even though Jun is still in early access, it's great fun to play, and the ultimate move is by far the best cutscene I have ever seen in a while. Same with Martial Legend, since he also has really cool ultimate moves. The main problem in Legends Battlegrounds is the insane amount of sweat and toxic people. Jun is good, but also insanely OP. He has a multitude of inescapable combos, and literally everyone knows how to do them because it's not hard to learn at all. Also, this game is the game where I found the most toxic players and teamers. Those kind of guys that attack you out of nowhere or use ult on you, you attack back and kill them, then they get angry and proceed to not leave you alone for the entirety of your playtime. I also had a few experiences with literal teamers that genuinely didn't care that they would assault you from multiple angles of like 3 different people, then called you bad because you couldn't kill them. Like, what the fuck? The game is fairly new, but it's also older than Realm Rampage, which came out later and already has 8 characters. Also, they only have one free character, being Martial Legend, and Jun is still in early access. What's the point of getting early access if they don't even finish the character? I can't lie, the characters are great, but a lack of updates means that there will be a lack of diversity. It is sad to see from such a good game. Conclusion: this game is great in some ways, but it all gets ruined when you get jumped by 3 no lives or a kid who can't accept defeat. I would have included Realm Rampage after this, but I already made a video a while ago going over everything about Realm Rampage and its pros and cons. I go into it in way more detail than I could here. I will link it in the top right corner if you guys want to see. Oh, and in the description as well. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a big fat like, subscribe to support my channel, because it would really be appreciated since it helps me out and the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.